welcome back to Tabletop 24, welcome back to the show floor here at UKGE. I'm with Sophie from Sit Down Games. We're going to take a look at some prestigious games that have been nominated and won awards here as well. So
nominated, but Tiwanaku won the award, but Gardenos was nominated for the Best Abstract Game. And there is a prestigious name of it, because this is from the designer of Magic Maze, Casper Lap, I don't know if you know. And it's like Magic Maze, a cooperative game. So it is a cooperative game with silence, you play in silence, and with real time. So you have a big sun timer from 15 minutes. So yeah, I will explain briefly. So the goal of the game is to build a garden in real time. For this you will have some scenarios, training scenarios. So we have scenario A, B, C to learn the rules. And for the first scenarios and in the game, the first player will take a card. On the card you will have a hint and a condition. Of course, the condition is hidden for the other players. So you will build the garden all together in real time, and then for the scenario A you build a square from 4, this is a 6 by 6. So when the garden is finished, the player with the condition will say the king is pleased or the king is not pleased. If the king is not pleased, so the condition is not okay, he can take some tile and give them to the other without speaking. Okay? So depending on the condition, the way he will retrieve the tiles is really important for the others to know what you have to do. Okay? Then imagine that the condition is okay. The garden will stay like this, and another player will take a card and a condition. And you have to fit to the two conditions to validate the garden, and so on. And in the full game, you will have a lot of conditions. And of course, you have a timer, sun timer from 15 minutes. So the goal of the game is to do the more garden possible in 15 minutes without speaking, just by moving the tiles, and that's it.
You've really got to know what other people are thinking.
Yes. But honestly, when you play, you will understand what people want you to do. So it's why there are some trainings, because you have to train. This is really a puzzle, and you have to understand how the other people are thinking. This is really the main game, and this is why the tiles are so simple, because there are a lot of elements of it. You have to pay attention to the element of it, to the background, to the path, to everything. And you also have an expert version where every details on the tile are important. So it can be very easy for the training and really difficult in the.
You really want to push yourself. You can do.
Of course.
And it's available now?
Yes, it's released since January this year, so it's available. So yeah, you can check, and if you like this kind of game, I think it's a really great game, great cooperative game in real time. If you like real time and cooperative, it's a great game.
Perfect. Yeah. So we're going to take a look at Tiwanaku. So we're going to get set up for that, and we'll be back in a sec. And now we're back with Tiwanaku. So slightly different game, and it has won an award already here.
Yes, of course. Tiwanaku just won the award for Best Abstract Game from the jury prize in the UKGE, and it was reviewed by Dice Tower last week, and he got the seal of excellence. So the reviews are really great on it, and we have a good score on BGG, I think. So yes, we are really happy with the review and the feedback from the players. Really great.
Perfect. So what are we doing in Tiwanaku?
So Tiwanaku is really original because it's a logic and deduction game, but this is a real board game. So the main mode in this game is the competitive one. So you have 3 game modes in the box: the competitive, the cooperative, and the solo. But I will explain the competitive. So the goal of the game is to have the more points possible here, and for that you will have to deduce which terrain, so the square, and which culture are on the spaces. Okay. For this, you will have some simple rules to know. For example, for the terrain, you can have zones from 1 to 5 spaces. Okay. So, for example, here I already have 5 blue spaces. So this can be blue, this can be blue, this can be blue, this can be blue, because I already have 5. And the zone from the same color can't touch each other. Okay? So I know that here I have 2 brown. This could be brown, this could be brown, need to be brown, because this couldn't be 2 different regions, because they touch each other. Okay. So this is quite simple. This is the rules like Sudoku or Minesweeper. This is the same way to think. So this is for the terrain. And then you have another option on your turn. When you have all your meeple here, for example, you can do a divination. The divination is with the culture tiles. And there are some rules, simple rules. The rules are, if you have a zone of, for example, 5, it's forced that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't have the same culture in the same zone of color. That's the link with Sudoku. Yeah. If you have a zone of 1, it happens, you have a culture of 1. And this. For example, here, you have a zone with 5 blue. Okay? If you are here, you can see that there is a culture of 3 here. The same culture can't be adjacent to the same culture. It means that the tree cannot be there, so the tree is here. You know, it's logic, deduction, and so on. Of course, if you do correct divinations, you win points, depending on the culture that you find. If you are not correct, you lose points. So if you play with the chance, you will lose. It's not a game of chance. You really, really need to think. And you have, you can have some Pachamama offering that you can give to the Pachamama, and then you will have some points. So it means that you have to discover different kind of culture and different kind of terrains when you are moving on this track, and you will have points by pawns on the same level. So it's great to move everything at the same time and discover culture at the same time. It's really, really a logical game. You have to think a lot, but what I really like in it is that this is progressive. At the beginning of the game, you will have a few hints, and maybe you will take some risk to find some hints. But the more the game progresses, the more you have hints, and at the end of the game, everyone knows where is where, what is where, and you will optimize the position of your meeple to be the first to find the right answer. So it's really, really progressive, and it's quite rare to have a logical game, but a competitive logical game. Yeah, because of course every player plays on the same board, and you can block the other players, and you can need to optimize.
You can really get there first.
Yes, everyone play on the same board, and you have the wheel. I don't speak about this wheel, but the wheel is there because when you try to find the terrain and the culture, you will use the coordinates on the board with the wheel. So for example, you will take the moon, like the moon is up, and I will choose the snake, the moon and the snake. Imagine that I'm here, and I will check. This is a blue terrain, and if you need to check the culture, you open the right, and this is a 4. This is good. So when you do divination and when you try to find, you check with the wheel what the correct answer is. Yeah. And of course, in the wheel you have a scenario disc. I don't know if Thank you. So you have some scenario disc. This is a short scenario. So as you can see, there is a shorter board, and the scenario gives you the setup and gives you the right answer. And in the box you have, in the retail version, like 20 different scenarios. So every game the puzzle will change, of course. So and you put this in the wheel.
Brilliant. And so people can get hold of the retail edition now?
Yes, the retail edition is already available since And this is the material for the retail edition. So you can see this is a pretty game.
It is
even in retail edition, yeah, of course. So
perfect. Thank you for that. And we're going to take a look at some newer titles that are going to be coming up. Perfect. So now we've got 2 upcoming games from you. So what have we got?
Yes, so we have Redwood first. This is our second Kickstarter game after Tiwanaku, and this is coming from in September. Normally, in September. As you can see, this is not the final version. This is still a prototype of the box, and your goal in this game is to choose the movement template and the objective template to move your figures on the board and take pictures to compose a panorama. Okay, and then of course you will have some objective. You will have so many ways to win points, but it's really you know, you really feel how you take the pictures. You really take the pictures. So you need to estimate which templates you will use and so on. And yeah, I think it's great for kids because the theme is really great, but it's not so easy because you have many ways to win points. Each picture that you will take needs to be optimized, and yeah, this is new game for September.
Perfect. And I love the fact that the artwork in it, how it really just replicates photography.
Yes.
A lot of people have said that have seen it, that it just replicates setting up the picture and getting it just right. So,
yes, that's
perfect.
it. It's really immersive.
Yeah.
It's not an abstract game.
No, no, not at all, not at all. Very much theme heavy. Yeah. And then I've got Maps of Mysteria.
Maps of Mysteria, yes. It's planned for October. Yeah, I will take it. So this is quite different. Here you have a game, a really competitive game. But it's a game of tight placement, but really competitive. I will just show you. So, the goal of the game is to explore the islands, okay? But each player will have his own map and his own objective, hidden objective. So the other player don't know your objective. And the main thing of the game is that you will choose between the style to cartograph your the island, but you are not really trustable because as you want to complete your personal objective, you will maybe not have the same map between the reality and your personal map. And of course, it's a mix between fit your personal objective that are related to your personal map and fit your personal map match to the main map at the center of the board. Of course, every player will play on this board, so the terrain can change. So it's a real fight on this board to have to match your personal card. Yeah. So it's a tile placement game, exploration game, but the really thing that is really original is that there is really competitive.
The absolute opposite of Gardeners.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's another kind of
same thing, but the absolute opposite.
Yes. But I really like it because it's simple with simple rules. You think that you already know this kind of game, but there are not really games where this is
You're
so
competing
competitive.
over the minute.
Yes, because you really fight a lot on this board. You can also revendicate some region, so you need to be the first on this region. You have some special power on certain terrain and so on. So yeah, it's really competitive and it's a really efficient game, I think.
Fantastic. Yeah. And when was this coming?
In October, just after Redwood.
Perfect. Yeah. So, Sophie, thank you for your time. Obviously, check out these 2 games that are going to be coming out. And if you haven't done so already, check out other videos from the convention and we'll catch you next time. Take care.